Welcome to Reaper Life 3, Episode 8. In this episode, we are level 9, and with me today I have Littlemama Whoop-Ass. Thank you, Littlemama, for joining me.
Hi, Voodoo. Hi, everyone.
So before we begin our little interview, I want to mention that the quests that we do in this episode are Von 3 and 4, and then a couple of the mini quests out here in Threnal, as well as I think it's Western Threnal Part 1, or maybe Eastern. We do them both. I forget which one is the level 8 and the level 9, but these quests are good examples of our leveling strategy as we're working through our heroic lives, that we like to pick the ones that are either really good regular XP, like Von 3-4, or are really quick and easy, which makes them good sources of Reaper XP. So like the two Threnal minis that are level 9, plus the one, just the first part of the Eastern or Western Threnal that we do. Those three quests combined are just about 7 minutes of quest completion time, and we get about 2,000 Reaper XP for 7 minutes of quest completion time, and that rate of Reaper XP is competitive at just about any level. So like I said, it really speaks to the quests that we choose and why we choose them. So, Littlemama, you were an inspirational figure, especially in Reaper Life 1, but throughout the series, because, well, going back to Reaper Life 1, you were joining us in mid and high skull quests as a player who had just come back after a long break from the game, and not only that, but you were doing that project on a toon that had, basically nothing in terms of past lives and Reaper points, and that speaks to, two big groups of players out there. With a 13-year-old game like DDO, there are always returning players, people coming back after multi-year breaks, and there's always going to be, either newer players or maybe more casual players that may be lamenting that, they don't have a lot of past lives or Reaper points and feel like maybe they can't hang with players that do have a lot of past lives and Reaper points. But I think you showed very effectively in Reaper Life 1 that with nothing and just coming back, that you were able to be a successful part of a Reaper mid and high skull crew. I was wondering if you can speak to, that experience of coming back and playing a youngling toon in a mid and high skull Reaper environment.
Yes, Reaper Life 1 was tough. Being a youngling toon and a returning player at the same time, and that the fact that they brought in Reaper level, I thought at first this was a really nice addition to the game, because it brought the group dynamic back, which I think was lacking and sort of dissipating at the same time. Starting Reaper Life was an incredible challenge, I have to admit. I did not have the gear updated because a lot of my gear was old. A lot of quests that I'd never even set foot in was a challenge. And I think at the same time, when we would start a quest in Reaper 1, I was trying to buff a little longer. It took me longer to sort of get my toon ready to run and then catch up with everyone, because everyone took off right away. I didn't have past lives, so I was very much learning on the fly at the same time. I think one of the nicest parts when I returned back into the game was all the new content and the new gear. There were so many options. The crafting had changed, and it was really nice to be able to craft a piece of gear that I didn't have yet, or wasn't able to even pull in a lot of the new quests and raids. I was even new to some of the raids because I had never even set foot in raids, and I had to learn that aspect as well. So all that gear was missing. So I really had to develop a little more of my gaming style in order to accommodate the lack of certain things that I had. But by the end of Reaper Life 1, things were starting to click. And then when we sort of went forward into Reaper Life 2, I was a little more prepared. So I think in that part of as a returning player, things were sort of blossoming because each of us have our own play style. And in order to match our play style with gear and the races and classes that we'd like to play, it all sort of combines into one big puzzle that you need to get all the pieces together for.
You know, you and I first met a couple of years ago in the teaching raids that we host here on Sarlona, and you know, you were new to raiding, and at the time, you know, we were teaching you how to raid, and you know, you were the newbie at that kind of stuff, and then here we are, you know, 2, 3 years later, and you know, now you're the one here in guild that's joining teaching raids, helping other newbies get up to speed. And I'm wondering if you can speak to, you know, your evolution as a player, you know, from the time that you first came back and from Reaper Life 1 up until now.
Well, I learned that I had to take a few steps forward and sort of put my shyness aside and ask questions. I mean, we had that camaraderie bond that developed just before Reaper Life 1 because we would join together as friends as we were leveling our toons. And I found that, okay, I could start asking questions about how does this work, or how will I get this ability, or what works better for what I'm trying to do. But at the same time, I want to have fun. I don't want to have the restriction of being stressed out when I log in. So I think part of that was, okay, I'm going to step forward, and I joined your teaching raids to learn some of that content. And it sort of grew and developed from there. I think too, having friends in game and a safe atmosphere to play in makes that huge difference. And as we were leveling together, I started to figure out, okay, I'm able to get certain types of gear, and that's helping build my toon and make it stronger. As in Reaper Life 3, I was a sorcerer, and that to my heart was the one class I always loved the best. But I felt I needed to build more abilities in Littlemama in order to get that survivability for Reaper mode. So we were building our toons to get the Reaper points and past lives that would match the type of class I wanted to play. So having the group dynamic that we had as players, I think helped me grow and evolve along the way. So it does take a while, but you've got to have fun in the process.
Having friends in the game does make a huge difference. I've been playing this game for over 9 years now, and you know, the friends that I had years ago are different than the friends now, you know, because people come and go in an MMO. And, you know, like 3 years ago, you know, you and Ina and Nimbin weren't even in my life. I didn't even know you and Ina, and Nimbin, you know, had been long gone, and I didn't really know him well before that. And it's, you know, now, you know, now, you know, we're the best of friends in the game, and it's just, you know, my DDO experience is you know, all about like you and Nimbin and Ina, and I really appreciate the friendship that we have, and it does make all the difference. You know, if I didn't have these kinds of friends, I probably wouldn't still be playing this game today. And I know that I've had a lot of comments in the videos and the live streams, people saying, you know, they don't have friends to group with, but you know, like you were saying, you kind of got to put yourself out there a little bit, and sometimes you're going to run into jerks, and if you do, you know, don't let it get you down. You'll know that those are the people that you don't want to run with, and sometimes you're going to meet some really neat people, you know, some really nice people that you're going to want to group with. Like, you know, we met each other, you know, going on 3 years ago, and now we're the best of friends, and I just love it.
Yeah, it's awesome too. And I mean, you've all been very helpful for me to relearn parts of the game. As I've said before, with all the new content, there are areas that I've never even stepped in. And, you know, a lot of times I'll ask Nimbin, I said, oh, gee, Nim, I haven't been through this quest yet, and there's some awesome gear in there, and he's dragged me through. Because sometimes I didn't know where the traps are, and Littlemama is very well known as a youngling, especially for being caught in traps. So that now helps me remember what's where. It does take me a little while because I know some people have run a lot of the quests as you're doing heroic lives and epic lives. You've done them numerous amount of times, and for me, I'd only had run them maybe once, so it takes me a while to remember what's where. But again, some of the content has evolved since when I first came in the game back in actually the first year that DDO came online, to now. The content is awesome. I mean, they've evolved some of the storylines, the graphics, and all is just awesome. And I am a little bit of a flower sniffer, so I do like to go in and see some of the work that they've done. And I really appreciate what the devs have done lately. It's really awesome. So I think for new players coming back to explore, I mean, you don't have to go in Reaper 5 right away. Just go in and learn what's where and the content and let things grow from there.
You know, I'm going to say a few words on the other side of, you know, your evolution as a player. You spoke to your own experience a bit. I want to say that, you know, like as your friend and guild leader, that, you know, when we first started running together, like back in the Reaper Life 1 days, like I knew you were like just coming back and you were still learning things, and you know you were a player, you know, at that point where I feel like I would have had to watch you a little bit more closely, you know, knowing that, you know, maybe you didn't know where the traps were and things like that. But you know, now fast forward to Reaper Life 3, like I have full faith and confidence in you that I don't feel like you're somebody I have to keep an extra eye on. I don't, you know, I know that you're gonna hold your own, and like I'm love having you in teaching raids as a representative of High Lords and helping others. Like I know that you know how the content works, and that I can count on you to be there and step up when needed. You know, compared to a couple of years ago when we first started running, you know, it's just a massive difference to watch you evolve as a player. And it's been really awesome.
Oh, thank you. And I really love being a part of that growth because, again, it develops that friendship and also the confidence that I've grown into in order to do things. Sometimes I'm surprised myself that things I struggled with before, wow, hey, I can do it now. And that's a lot of fun. And I like helping others because, you know, you've helped me a lot. So when we do the teaching raids, I know exactly how people feel when they come in and say, I've never stepped in here before. And so it's like, okay, I know exactly how you feel. It's okay. Don't be stressed out. We're here to help. And I like being able to pay that forward. And I'm really thankful that you've put the teaching raids out there.
Oh, I love doing it, and I'm so glad that we met you there and that you're a part of them now on the other side of things. So we talked about evolution as a player, but let's mention evolution of your toon. You know, you started with next to nothing in terms of Reaper points and past lives. Now you're up to what, 46 Reaper points, and you've got some past lives under your belt. Can you speak to how, you know, having those Reaper points, you know, really makes a difference in, you know, like survivability and capability in a Reaper environment?
Yes, it's really helped that development in Reaper mode. For people just starting Reaper, yes, it's going to be a little tough when you start your R1s and R2s and R3s if you join a group. Keep working at it because the more Reaper points you get and the more you can put in the Reaper tree, you will notice the difference that will help you through the quests. And once you pass the teens in Reaper points, you will notice a massive difference in survivability and things that you're able to do. Now, when I look back at Reaper Life 3, I mean, we're going through quests really quickly, and I've noticed in building Littlemama, I've added the racial past lives that suit my play style. I love casters, so I've chosen some past lives that will benefit my, my charisma stats or skills that I wanted to build from there, which has been awesome. I think that's entry into the game really, again, not only just brings the group dynamic back, but enhances whatever play style in the characters that you want to play. So I've seen that progression in Littlemama, and it makes it a lot more fun. Yes, it's challenging, but some of that gets to be where, hey, I couldn't do this before, but now I can. And then I may tweak my gear to match whatever I'm trying to build. So you have a lot of options now. To say, okay, I'd like to try this, I'd like to try that, and you can tweak things along the way. I'm really surprised at what I can do with Littlemama now, and now that with Reaper Life 3, I'm back to Sorcerer. Littlemama Firstborn was a teeny sorcerer. They were pretty powerful back in the day, but again, as things evolved and changed, I had to do all those modifications. I had a lot of fun in Reaper Life 3. I'm a sorcerer again. Of course, I just TR'd into the tiefling. And again, as a sorcerer, and I'm having a ball. So as you develop and evolve, don't worry and try things out. We do make some mistakes, but again, in this game, you can do those modifications as you progress. So in that way, I think I've been able to build Littlemama to the strongest tune that I like to match into my playstyle. So everyone can have that option now, and I think that's fantastic.
It does take time. The evolution is a process, and should be fun. There's going to be points in which we stumble and maybe get a little discouraged, but don't forget to have fun along the way. Playing a game like this is supposed to be fun, and don't stress out about trying to race to the finish line. Like enjoy the adventure along the way. I also want to mention that people might be confused, like, why is Littlemama a tiefling? Maybe I should have mentioned at the start, like, we're well past Reaper Life 3 on our side. We finished making the videos like almost a couple weeks ago now, and we were just talking before we started here, like, how it's starting to feel distant and a blur because we moved through it so fast, and that the longest part of Reaper Life 3 for us was actually just waiting for everybody to get on at the same time. Scheduling was a big factor, trying to get all 6 of us on at the same time, and then on top of that, Tanks had the flu, so he was out for like 3 days, and the servers were out for like 3 days, so just trying to get everybody in the same room was challenging. But when we actually got to run together, it was super fast. And so trying to remember Reaper Life 3 at this point, it's kind of challenging because it's almost, it is a bit of a blur.
It was fast. I'm not used to running things really quickly because I'm not really what you'd call a full-fledged Zerger person, at being the flower sniffer. So I was really amazed how quickly Reaper Life 3 went at the level we did. And I think having done that does show everyone that you can do Reaper mode and build up those Reaper points fairly quickly. I mean, you can do it, spend one heroic life trying to get some of those points behind your tune, and then, progress from there and have fun, because you don't want to be stressed out either. I know there's some really strong players that have that stamina to really bowl through. I don't, so I admire the people that are able to do that. But again, I think we did show that that possibility is there, and as you're doing whatever kind of heroic lives you're you want behind you, be it the different classes or races or racials, that is a possibility, and don't be afraid to do it.
You know, you sort of spoke to this next point, but a big part of Reaper Life 3, a theme throughout all the Reaper Life series is, having fun and grouping with friends, but this a specific theme of Reaper Life 3 was showing the community that you can run mid-skull heroics quickly and efficiently, because there is this mindset out there that, oh, there's no Reaper XP in heroics, or it takes too long to step it up, and we wanted to show, like, you can run these quests quickly, in a group. You can do them quickly, and that there is a decent amount of Reaper XP to be had. We're going to get about 150,000 Reaper XP doing this life, which we knocked out in about 19 hours of actual quest completion time. So I wonder if you can speak to a little bit about the theme that we chose for Reaper Life 3 of that you can run heroic quests in a mid-skull environment quickly, efficiently, and that there is a decent amount of Reaper XP to be had during heroics.
Yes, we were a full group, so that I think added to the speed of it. And the fact too that we did not have a dedicated healer. Everyone had a different method to be able to help heal each other. So sort of keeping an eye in everyone in your group helps keep that speed level going. Again, we did have a diversity of classes in each quest as well, and I think too, working together after, let's say, the first few quests, you begin to recognize everyone's play style and class, so that you know where you should be when you're challenged by a certain mob. So you'll know exactly what to look for, and that does take a few quests till you get to learn that part of each individual. But definitely you want to build some kind of method to be able to use healing wands, or if you're an artificer, you've got healing hands. So I think every class does have a bit of a healing ability in order to help get through all that content. But again, I was a little surprised at how quickly we were able to do it. I think that was awesome.
And it gets quicker later in the series too. Like at this point, I feel like we're moving at a really good pace. But once we get to level 10, we get tier 2 Reaper, and we start getting the the extra slots on Arcaneth crafted gear. Like it we move at a really good pace once we start getting past level 10. So, and I'm glad you mentioned that Reaper Life 3 was without a dedicated healer, because that was also part of the theme as well, showing not only that you can get a decent amount of Reaper XP and heroics, that you can step it up to a mid-skull and still do it quickly and efficiently, and then you can do it all even without a healer. And with a diversity of classes, you don't need 6 warlocks and monks, for example. Before we wrap this up, are there any other points that you want to speak to?
I think the fact that we had like the bear druid, the wolf druid, and an assassin in the forefront a lot, I think that was a good example to show viewers as well, because some people are saying that, well, some of the tanks and assassin would have a hard time doing Reaper, and this showed that the fact that, yeah, you can have fun and you can do it in the different classes. And again, if you look at your group dynamic and who's in your group, then you sort of can recognize what part of that dynamic you can contribute to. So I think learning and recognizing some of that really will help. And don't stress out either. I mean, you give it a go, and if they have some difficulties, well, then just try again, because you can learn from that, and you can always go to a tavern and take a drink, chill out, and then try again.
Yeah, don't stress out. If you're getting stressed out over this game, then something's wrong, and you got to make a change, because like we said earlier, it's got to be fun. That's why we do this. And if we're stressing out and stuff, then it's not going to be fun, and then it ruins the gaming experience.
Yeah, don't stress out. Just take that time. And again, I think one of the biggest tips I can give as a player that, you know, didn't have everything that many of the people who are playing steadily have is explore. DDO Wiki is a great source of information, and sort of browse through there and look at all the new gear that's available, the options you have, the augments, especially crafting. If you look at Voodoo's teaching and guide videos, that's where I went to learn a lot of the crafting, and that's helped me tremendously.
Well, Littlemama, thank you for being a part of this. I do want to mention that for those looking for more Reaper Life materials, that Nimvend is doing his own YouTube channel now. He's got bonus Reaper Life 3 content, including extended interviews. He's going to have some additional content as well. And I'm mentioning this because he just did an interview with you, and that's already up. So if you want to see more Littlemama, go to Nimvend Dirgezinger's channel. It is a featured channel on my YouTube channel. And for now, we're going to get right on to Reaper Life 3, Episode 8.
Now that you're in, I can't make any promises. No going back now.
Ay, 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 ay.
Hi, this is David from First Bank of America.
Yeah, is this militia? This is David from Bank of America, and I see that you just made a purchase at Victoria's Secret. Was that you or someone that was authorized to use your card? Okay, thank you very much.
That was great. Earlier, you were like, "Oh, I see you're an orc. Yeah, we don't take kobold hides."
Go.
Yeah, that's a sketch waiting to be memed. That might be a pen and paper character that I need to make. Bank of America consultant David.
That dude was getting pretty annoyed with you. He ended up turning his sound off.
Which dude?
Huh?
Brian.
Oh, from this morning?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Guess the door, guys.
Oh, from the dailies.
Plague Reaper. Lost soul.
Ooh, trap
No
bonus.
full trap bonus. Or is there? Yeah, there is.
Is that the night cycle jingle, but to trap bonus?
Night cycle. Toyota.
Which is really the Hot Pocket jingle.
Hot Pocket.
Costanza. Hot Pockets. It's all
I
the
could
same.
really go for a hot pocket right now, but I can't really afford any food.
I wish Hot Pocket would change their name to just like Meat and Cheese Sleeve.
Is that a problem I was talking about earlier with Shield Bash? Somebody on the forum says it happens to them when they have auto attack on.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll have to check that. And if that's the case, that's a change, because in some raids when I was tanking the boss, I would turn auto attack off, because otherwise when I was attempting to shield block, I would just sit there and shield bash over and over again.
When you shield bash, do you lose benefit of shielding up while your shield bashing animation's going on?
You know, I'm not entirely sure. I haven't really paid attention to that aspect of
Oh, Ina, you got the sustaining song that is delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit's fucking boss.
Me love you long time.
It's been keeping us up a lot.
Just wait till I hit level 12 and then I'll have the vigor also. Spell song vigor.
Mama's gonna love you for that.
That'll be sweet.
Hell, I'm gonna love me for that.
Make sure you get you loving yourself on video, because we could monetize that.
We wouldn't be able to put it on YouTube.
No, but rejected by porntube.com.
You'd be surprised. YouTube's pretty cool.
I mean, if Justin Bieber can put Love Yourself on YouTube, then why can't you?
Remnant in the door.
There might be a trap here, guys.
Yeah, but we have a Gijo here, guys.
Come on, Gijo. He's standing in the back.
What are you doing back there?
Did you enthrall him, Ina?
No?
Gijo.
What happened to Gijo?
There he is.
Okay, there we go. That was weird.
His
Yeah.
internet must have melted.
Something happened there.
Did you guys hear me talking during that?
No.
No.
Yeah,
That
okay.
sounds like lag.
Smells like lag.
Tastes like lag.
It's the same temperature as lag. Ain't
Fuck
doing
the
that
chest.
guy.
Champ chess.
Don't need that heartache.
There was?
No, there isn't.
No, Nim's just being a
No.
douchebag. He's being a nimbag.
It's not easy being a nimbag. Wow, I even got that archer leg away from the group.
If you want to go back and try one, I'll go for it.
Oh, there's one coming up here, isn't there?
Yep.
A few fights, but yeah. Lost soul. Nice charm on the famine.
Yeah, I didn't want it wasting us with spells while we were dealing with the other casting bullshit.
Well, I'm just gonna stun it all anyways.
You're not going to the right here, just keep going.
Reaper's out, watch out.
Bring him over here with us. It is a famine. So, gotta get my collectible.
Nice, got a medium Eberron that time.
Sweet.
Rats.
Don't you love it?
What do I love?
My mighty roar. Just ran into that group and just like stun.
I'll tell you what I don't like is the smell of running behind you.
No, a bear doesn't shit in the woods. Shits everywhere else.
He shits in the jungle of Khyber.
Y'all rest, I'm gonna sing the end and shrine up.
Go ahead and shoot me a show. Cathragita George, perform for me. Then drown my children. On today's episode of
Go.
Nimbin's 90s teen drama, Nimbin has to go see his school counselor, who is also David from the Bank of America. Okay, according to this, you have been having some behavior issues with your account, Nimbin. Can you give me your social security? No one understands me. My dad keeps on trying to drown me.
Did anybody get the key? Because I sure as hell didn't.
Key?
I don't need no key.
We need a key?
The famine.
That famine can't block my style.
Got one rune.
2.
Looks like Tanks is headed for the third.
Done.
I just learned that my animal attacks work through anti-magic, and I thought they were spells.
They they are spells, but the school allows them to bypass it because they're considered innate attacks.
Oh look, it's a real champ chest, not a Nimbag champ chest.
And a remnant. Carnage.
Must be a nim bag, Carney.
Mayhem.
Pestilence.
Oh, Pestilence Reapers.
Mayhem Reaper.
Becky Reaper.
Chaos
God.
Reaper.
Time
Kobold
Reaper.
Reaper.
XP Reaper.
Time extended by 2 points.
Seriously though, that'd get so many people complaining. Time Reaper. If you see one pop up, you have 30 seconds to kill it, or else the quest auto fails.
Let's just go. Come on. Don't be afraid. When your mark is set, go. Beholder first.
I was just realizing I don't have an aligned weapon. Oh, I have a aligned spell though.
Yeah, you don't need one, dude.
Too bad you can't get like deadly claws, like deadly weapons for claws.
Yeah, like some leap.
Those
on
are
claws.
no help.
Well, they still do the construct bane damage and all that.
Oh, they have a Chaos Ruby. Never mind.
You want it, and
You
then
were
go
saying.
for it.
I didn't know alignment augments are level 8.
Everyone but Good. Good is level 12. The rest are 8.
Nice work. 16 minutes, 21 seconds.
I don't know, I tried it early on and everybody kept coming in, you know, it was before we decided that, you know, that the Khyber has to go in for a couple minutes, you know what I mean? Like, everybody just kept taking aggro from me.
Still singing.
So you play music? That don't impress me.
Go.
The DM just said unbearable.
I did not throw a charm on that, did I?
Oh, as a champ.
A champ elemental fury. That's about to kill me.
And Nimbin dies.
My first death. You have all witnessed this. This is how Nimbin dies.
Not with
Nice
a bang,
dancing.
but with a whimper.
Your bio says I have a YouTube channel. Ask me about it.
Yeah. I should change it to I want attention, ask me about it.
So you're a cat.
That don't impress me much.
I was waiting for that. I'm letting this one go.
Nice Vorpal. Nim, you gonna be able to use your wolf to do the lever? Wait, you can't talk on mic anymore? You too cool?
So we don't pull the lever here on this side for the shrine, right?
Yeah, do not open that gate.
Try and zip this guy.
Not yet.
Okay.
Now we go back. Nimbin goes to the end, gets the lever.
I'm sorry, I had a phone call.
Go up there and do it. Everybody else come back, please. I didn't hear a DM message.
I parked my dog. I'm coming downstairs now.
Oh, okay. I thought you'd already come out. Hold up, Tanks. Let's wait for Nim. And Gicho.
I think Nim might be having traumatic stress. Wasn't it the last life we went through here and he got dumped into the pit?
I was trying my Kanye best.
Yeah, I dumped his soul stone down there. That was pretty funny. He was being a nimbag. And you were not trying your Kanye best.
Champ chest.
No.
Yeah, you need to stop with that right now.
Yep. You need to find other, more
What a
creative
dick.
ways to be funny. Because all you're doing is slowing us down. That is
Fucking Plague Reaper.
that is antithetical to the mission of this project.
Remnant back by the door.
Mama, did you just drink a pot?
Yeah, I did.
Shrine's right
There's
there.
a shrine right there.
Oh, I know, I automatically hit the button. My finger had a mind of its own.
Tanks!
Okay, I got a Famine Reaper on me.
Freaking
Flameborn got me.
my shield ran out.
A whole bunch of damage, like 68 points here, and like 20 times.
Singing you a song,
Trying to
Tanks.
throw you a heal, Nim, but you ran away.
What are you guys doing down there?
Well, I was trying to get a trap, and then I got jumped by a Famine Reaper, and then I took soul stones back to the shrine. And then I went back and got the trap that I originally tried to get when the Famine Reaper jumped me.
Sounds conspiratorial.
Oh, that champion's dancing ball did force damage to me.
Yeah, a little slip there. Be back up in a second.
I'm gonna go down the shrine.
And apparently I don't have the jump to take the short way up, so...
That's what voodoo's for.
I mean, I have the jump spell too.
Yeah, I was shrining here, and you come in here and you plop your big ass right in my face.
There's a champ chest in it.
No, there's not.
Enough!
Shrining.
When you get up, I'll sing and then I'll shrine.
Alright, I'm up.
I'm here in the middle. I gotta step away real quick.
Go. I'll catch up. Okay. Had a colors proc put a flame strike on a breakable that I destroyed with a sonic blast.
Yeah, for a second I thought there was a Warforged aggro there.
I heard that, I'm like, what the hell? Aw, poor Reaper couldn't handle its devotion to me and died.
Do we need to do breakables on the other side?
Well, we only have Vandal, and I'm not sure that there's many left.
Let's do it.
We got him. Tanks is still back there too. Watch your charms.
Tanks is up here at the gate for the puzzles.
Oh, this map turns me around.
Don't turn around. Your commissar's in town.
Oh, what?
Don't turn around.
Your commissar's in town.
Mine.
Nice charm on the Plague Reaper. Plague's loose. And Plague's dead.
Can I get a jump, please?
Jump, please.
Might as well jump, please.
Thank you.
I got everybody. Run all of the dogs to the pit, and then wait at the pit. Hit your save boosts if you struggle with this part, Ina.
We've got a Carney and a Famine following us.
That's fine. Alright, I'm going to get round 2. You guys stay there, please. Ooh, help me out with this famine.
On your own, dude.
Bringing in a plague. Is that famine dead?
Yes.
It fell in the lava. Oh, Bear's dead now.
No, it is.
Fucker, pull her back up here.
Gonna let these guys drop, and then I'm gonna go get the final round. Stay right here, please. Okay. There's a rallying cry. Oh, it's on timer. Oh, I'm out. Shit. I don't know if you're in front of me or behind me, Gijo.
Yeah, I'm behind you.
Okay.
I lagged into the lava. It's nice. I think I've told you guys about my cat who gets mad at me when I sneeze.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was just up here kind of cuddling with me, and I sneezed, and she ran away, went over to my wife, and was like plaintively meowing at my wife in complaint of me sneezing.
Nice.
How dare you?
2244.
I gotta AFK real quick. I gotta get something out of the laundry.
incoming right away here, so get buffed quickly. Yeah, we're not doing that.
Do you mind?
Yeah, we gotta kill him.
We'll kill him in a moment.
Well, if you're
I'm
playing
giving him
songs,
songs,
you're
too.
gonna give him to us.
He isn't gonna get them.
Oh.
They're not AoE
You have to
anymore.
select them.
Do you have to detect them?
And that's what you get for
Remnant.
being rude.
Yep, those rude giants.
Okay, I'll poke them in the ankles until they fall down.
Also, Famine's loose. Famine's dead. Collectible. We got a guy we gotta kill to the right back here. Coming from behind us now.
Remnant.
And we win. There's a collectible over here. 2 minutes 46 seconds. It was worth half the Reaper XP of Von 4, but we did it in 1/11th of the time. Don't step in here, please. We're gonna wait for the hill giants. It's hill giants, come on in.
Let's roll.
Reaper up ahead. Famine Reaper in front of our face. Charmed Famine Reaper.
Carnage Reaper.
Oh yeah. 141 for 679 Reaper XP.
So about the same as the last one?
Exactly the same. In terms of Reaper XP, but shorter even in time.
This is why these are worth doing, kiddies.
Yep.
Go.
Make a left. Double Reaper. Remember when people said it's the death of melees? What's the point of playing a melee in Reaper mode? Actually, I think they're still saying that.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, yeah, I have to keep trying to do R8s on a tune with like 3 Reaper points and no pass lives.
What, you don't think everybody should be entitled to be able to do R8s on a tune with 3 Reaper points and no pass lives? What do you think this is? Remnant traps. You know where all the traps are here, Gijo?
Probably not.
First one's right here. Next
59.
one's right here somewhere.
59?
Next one's after that intersection. Let's do hostiles first, please. Okay, don't go in there, because there's liable to be a bazillion Reapers. Every one of those damn statues in there can spawn a Reaper. I'll finish it. Mama, put up a D-door, please.
D-door up.
3 minutes, 8 seconds. For 7:01.